Hey, it's Andy Vicks here again with my good friend and colleague Keith Myers, still in the middle of the coronavirus lockdown. Wanted to do just a quick video conversation between Keith and I, just touching on some of the conversations and questions that we're having with clients right now. Interesting times that we're living in, obviously. A lot of questions about how the market overall, relatively speaking, the last 5-6 weeks has done as well as it has. Again, relatively speaking, even though the economic reports and the economic information that's been coming out is, to be honest with you, been really bad. So, Keith, I'm going to let you start. How are the conversations you're having with people going surrounding some of those things? How are they going?
Well, it's interesting because, we're recording this the end of April, and so far the bottom of the market was about 5 weeks ago. So, and people really haven't seen that. They've seen their year end or the quarter end statement, and that's kind of where the thought of the markets kind of end. So they're a little bit surprised on what's going on. And I think the answer that I have a lot is the markets are forward looking. The market's digested, as soon as we close the economy, the market's digested 6 months of bad news in about a 3-week period. So we saw a large downturn in the market, and the markets are really expecting bad things to happen right now and probably for the next couple months. What I'm talking to clients about now is it really depends on how long this lasts for. If we see this start to open up a little bit, if we see companies able to make their widgets and make their sales and things come back, the market is probably predicting what's going to happen in the next 3 to 6 months, and that is the opening of the economy. If we see things close up or stay closed up for a longer period of time, we could certainly see the markets maybe see another downturn, but nobody knows exactly what that's going to look like. We can only assume that in a year, 2 years, 3 years, that the markets will come back and our economy will be opened up. And for our clients, we're telling them, if you don't need the money for 3 to 5 years, just hold on. There will be a time to rebalance if that's a choice you want to make. But now is not a great time to jump ship. Andy, what are you kind of telling your clients?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I mean, I'm looking at my phone here because I had to pull up just an interesting tidbit. So this is, I got this from a financial blogger that I follow, Michael Batnick. This is something that he put out yesterday. In the 5 weeks from February 20th through March 19th, there were 1.1 million jobless claims, and the stock market fell 29%. In the 5 weeks since, there were 26.5 million jobless claims, and the market rallied 28%. That's some figures and percentages there that in a video, we're not trying to get too in depth on that, but I think that right there illustrates the point that markets try to look forward. And a lot of times they can overcorrect both ways with negative news and positive news. And Keith, to your point, I think the framing of expectations and time horizons is important, is probably more important than ever. It's my belief that, we look out 3 to 5 years, and I believe that our economy can recover and heal. What that looks like in the next 3 to 5 weeks or months, I don't know. There's so many things that we don't know yet. But point being, there's going to be, especially in periods of panic like this, it's hard to predict what the market is thinking because it's trying to look ahead, and it's an imperfect science that it's doing. So as always, it's important to evaluate how much risk, people are comfortable taking. It's important to evaluate their overall financial picture, the stability of their job, if they've got enough in emergency savings, all those different things. But we just, again, we want to try to help contextualize this for people to understand that news is going to continue to be bad in the foreseeable future. But I think at one point the market was predicting that the news was going to be awful, and bad is better than awful. And maybe at some point soon the news is okay, which is obviously better than bad. And how the market digests that is anybody's guess. But that's the context for it. And Keith, I'm rambling a little bit, so I don't know if you got anything else that you'd add to that.
No, I think money is emotional, and that's what we're here to help people through. It seems that a lot of people who remember 08, 09 and had some money in the market in 08, 09 haven't been quite as spooked as the people that maybe didn't. So, both of us were here in 08, 09 and maybe even a couple downturns earlier than that. But we're here to help, manage that emotion that money brings and downturns in markets, and try to get perspective and education. And that doesn't guarantee that we know what's going to happen. It just, try as another person to talk to and bounce things off of it.
Nope, I apologize. I'm guessing my video locked up a time or two, but we're dealing with the distance learning and dogs barking and all that stuff, no different than anybody else. So I apologize about the quality of it, but again, we just wanted to get kind of a quick audio conversation out to everybody. And if you're thinking these same things or wondering these same things, no, you're not alone.